like to first welcome everyone to coming to my presentation and taking the time out of your day to judge me, and let's get started. My name is Sydnee Charters. So before I begin, I'd like to talk a little bit about me. I have lived all over Idaho my whole life, but I've lived in Notice for seven years, since about 7th grade. And I was born right here in the Treasure Valley. This is a couple pictures that are most important to me. There's my mom and me and my dad and my best friend, my dog, and my horse Fred. So a little bit about my future. I am going to be attending Lewis Clark State College this next fall, and I'm going to be studying pre-law, their paralegal program, or I'm going to be doing secondary education as my major. I haven't quite decided yet, and then for my minor, I'm going to be doing broadcast journalism. So, where I got this idea for my senior project was I have been playing volleyball since probably 4th grade, and it is just one of my biggest passions. I love playing volleyball. I have played on a national club team for 4 years. I've played on my varsity high school team for 4 years, and I was also invited to Hawaii to play on a invitational team, which was really, really fun. I just enjoyed so much, and I really wanted to get a chance to share that with the youth of Notice. So this is my mentor, Chris Lohr. She started coaching here at Notice 2 years ago, and before that she lived in California and was a coach at a college. And the mascot was the Warriors, and don't really remember what the name of the college was. Okay, so the beginning of the first part of my project, I had to come up with a total plan, basically, my package. So I finalized a schedule for my camp, which I set my date for August 30th or July 30th and 31st, excuse me. And this was because I first set a date for August 1st and 2nd, but their Idaho High School State Sports Association rule said that I couldn't do it from the 1st to the 10th because I couldn't have any communication with any of my coaches for high school. So I set it back just a couple days, which worked really good because it was just right in the middle of the week. So the first part was I had to make my schedule, which was I had to create my whole, go to my next slide, which was this first part of my project. I wanted to first make a total plan for my 2-day camp. And this was really exciting because I could basically put in my own perspective, and then I also was able to get some input from my mentor, and I also got help from the internet, which was a big help for creating like the camp or the drills that we first went into, and a lot of the games which we used to get to know the kids and have a little fun before we got started. Before the actual camp could even begin, I had to make a flyer to send out to parents and kids so I could get the word out and let them know how much the camp was gonna be and what the dates were. So I set a price on $20 because I wanted it to keep pretty affordable, because I knew I wasn't like a experienced coach, but I also wanted to be able to get some revenue for the second part of my project, which I will talk about later. So this is the 2nd day plan that I had come up with, and basically the first day was a lot of passing and hitting, and then we worked on more digging drills, and then the 2nd day was serving and blocking is one of my favorites, and setting. And then at the end of the day, I wanted to give out 3 awards to campers that had impressed me and I felt a real connection with, and which was really fun. I have some pictures later of that. So these are pictures of my 2nd day of the camp. some setting drills that we did and a little bit of me talking to the girls. I had such a fun time talking to these girls because they seemed to have so much fun, and there was a couple of them that hadn't ever played before, which was really interesting because we had to go through the really basics and then we could expand the second day. So here's some more pictures. My mentor took these for me, which I was really appreciative of. But what I loved the most probably was them getting to see them, like the second day we worked on skills, but then we went into play, actual play of the sport. And this was really, really fun because I got to play with them a little and I got to see what they had learned. So here's one of my awards that I gave out to Elle. She got most coachable, and this was because she was just always ready to learn and was listening and was hustling and was just really fun to coach. My second award was most enthusiastic to Lauren, and she got this because she was always had a smile on her face and was jumping around and was just, it wasn't just about the play. She was just fun and happy to be there the whole time. And then my third and final one was most improved to Haley. This one was really interesting because I learned the second day this girl had never played before, and by the second day she had really learned a lot and was the most improved, in my opinion, out of all of the girls. She just was taking in everything that I said and was so willing to do what I asked. And here's a picture of that where I was giving out the awards, and I also had brought some granola bars and water for the girls after both of the days. So after that was my second portion of my project. I decided that I didn't want to just donate the money to the school or into this volleyball program. I wanted to create something that the whole school could look at. And this was a large vinyl banner with the school's fight song on it, which is hanging up in our gym right now. I have some pictures of it later. So the first part of this was I had to pick a company that I could go through and design my banner how I wanted. This took me a little while because not all of the sites had really what I wanted, but then I did finally find one that worked really well for me. So I got to design the whole banner myself. I got to put on the background and put on a little logo on the top. And then I had a little struggle with the money portion because I had the money and then it took me a little while to get it to the school so that I could process it and put it in our account so that I could use it on the website. So here's some pictures of me putting it up in our gym. I didn't know at first that I was gonna be able to help put it up, but Mr. Campbell, our maintenance guy, invited me up in our big lift, which was really scary at first because I'm not too great with heights. But once I got up there, it was really cool because I got to put in a bolt and get to straighten it, and it was so fun to like put up what I had made. So here's a full-length picture of it, and there's me over there. So after we put it up, it was during school. So a couple weeks following after I put it up, the school all sang it together at our Monday morning power-ups, which was cool. Some of the kids didn't really like it, but I really enjoyed it. So now I'm getting into some of my complications. So the first and second days of my camp, I had a couple of my friends join me and so they could take some pictures of me. And then I found out about a week after my camp that I broke my phone. So I'd lost all of my pictures from my project, but thankfully my mentor had taken some pictures of me, which I was, thank God for. And then I also had a little bit of struggle with my preparation for the camp. The day of the camp, I got to the school a little early so that I could set up the nets and get any papers that I needed. But the problem was I didn't have everything, all of my papers printed out, so I had to find a computer that was on. But it was before school had started, so a lot of the computers weren't really working and none of the printers were hooked up, so that took me a little longer to actually get it going, but I made it in time, which was thankful. And then before the camp had even started, I was a little worried that I hadn't really gotten the word out enough, but my mentor helped me with that, and I had a lot of my family members spread it on their social media accounts, so it really got the word out well. I had 16 girls and 2 boys, excuse me, so a total of 18 show up to the camp. A takeaway from this is that I really was surprised after the camp how much I had enjoyed it and how much the kids had really learned from it. I exceeded all of my expectations that I had coming in. I had such a great time and wish I could have been able to do it 10 times over. And I really loved working with the kids. That was my favorite part. And then the final product being hung up in the gym was really, it was like a sigh of relief. It was really awesome to see. And I would like to give a last special thanks to my mentor, my mom for being there for me, and for all of you coming to judge my project. And can I answer any questions for you guys?